and Gus.
I'm sanitizing my
It
hands.
is the 4th annual Rooster Teeth Pancake Podcast.
Is this the 4th
No,
annual?
it's the 3rd one because the first one.
I asked before the show and you said this was the 4th.
I didn't say
I look like a fucking fool now.
It's the fourth
said
one.
fourth.
I said this was
He
the
said
3rd one,
fourth.
and then you told me it was the 4th.
I said you spent the first one making fun of me that it wasn't real. That doesn't count as
Well,
one.
we still
asked
had
for this
pancakes.
reason.
I wasn't even listening. If
counts.
it makes you feel any better.
You're the one who answered.
He said 3. He said
I just said
four.
yes. Did I say yes?
You said no, 4.
Nah.
Because I said 3.
Nothing telling me.
God damn it. Welcome to the 3rd annual fucking Pancake Podcast.
Gus,
Well, we had an
Gus,
introductory
don't
here.
taint such a good day with your anger.
There's no way. There's no way. Did you fuck up the second one that bad? It seems like we had to go at least 2 before you fucked it up with those professional pancake makers.
This
Oh, is it the fourth?
one. Yeah,
This is the 4th one. Gavin's wrong.
Wait.
Do you want me to count for you?
2016, 2015, 20...
We've been doing the podcast for 3 decades, so this is
Oh,
beautiful.
the first one wasn't on Pancake Day. It was just about Pancake Day. This is the 4th. You're right.
I think we got it together
take
really
it back.
fast.
I take it back.
All right.
I honestly,
got
I
you.
forgot how long I've lived here. I've been here a long time.
I'm fucking kill you.
So listen, we can get back to this in a second. Who wants a pancake first?
Oh,
Barbara,
Barbara, raise your hand
with her
first.
hands up.
Beer in the mouth.
what I'm so
hand in the air.
fascinated by
Ready,
is that
I'm
the
ready.
audience.
You had to. She had that beer up to her mouth for a long time, and it doesn't look like anything's been drank out of it.
You're
I'm
a
a slow
dainty,
drinker.
Barbara,
sipper.
what do you want in your pancake?
So typically, like either coincidental or quite strange stuff happens when we travel together.
Say what?
Do you want to explain what happened when we traveled together this time
What happened?
with the fireplace?
Oh, we actually took a video of it. We should just put the video up
We should.
at some point. But there was a we got an Airbnb. Let me get Barbara her thing. You explain it because I got to serve pancakes. So we got an Airbnb and it had a light switch driven fireplace.
So like a
it's
gas one.
Yeah, they had like the glass beads.
Yeah.
And you basically like click on the fireplace.
But you
with
can
the
have a
remote.
gas fireplace. It still doesn't run off a light switch. That's like a whole different level. You know what I'm saying, Gus? Mm-hmm. So this thing was like really fancy.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these perfect
You are deluxe
pancakes.
tonight.
I'm doing a great job.
These looks like pancakes they would make in The Sims.
There you go. Barbara, there's chocolate chips in there. I recommend you put a little bit of the bananas on it and some peanut butter.
Lush.
Can I get the display over here so I can see the thing?
The thing.
I'm talking to the controller.
So when we showed up, they gave us this big bag, like gift bag filled with candy bars and balloons. And it was like, sorry, the fireplace isn't working. And I'm like, we didn't even know there was a fireplace. We don't give a shit.
The hotel did that?
No, this is the
Airbnb.
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 Oh, wait,
It's just a house.
Keep up, Barbara.
Little house in Hollywood that
I
we
was
stayed at.
too distracted by pancakes.
So we were like, okay, great. So I was ate like 5 bars of candy, of course, Gus, because it was there. And
Well, you're not gonna let it go to waste.
I'm
also
an
ate-
asshole.
You'll be rude to your host.
You also ate all of the cookies from the at midnight dressing room.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you ate all the cookies.
No, I had one. Don't. How dare you? So the next day, Gavin and I had to go do something terrible. What did we do that was so awful? Oh, the
At
What's Trending
midnight?
podcast.
Oh.
So we did that. And then we went back to the house for a brief time before we went to midnight. Well, in that brief amount of time, apparently they had sent a repairman to come fix the fireplace because it just needed a part. And so when we actually walked in, the manager of the Airbnb was there, and he was like, "Oh, so sorry. I was leaving you guys a note that the fireplace is fixed now." And I was like, "I don't care."
I just still don't care about this fireplace.
I was like, "I really don't care, but thank you for coming by." And look at that, it's perfect.
Who uses a
Look
fireplace in
at
LA?
that. Nobody. So
Hipsters.
then, as soon as the guy walks out the door, I say goodbye. We walks out the back door. I turn around. Gavin is at the fireplace trying to turn the fireplace on.
I was excited.
Might
It
as
worked.
well, right? They put so much effort into making it work for you.
And so Gavin is doing this thing, and I'm like, "There's instructions right there. Just read the instructions." And he's like, "I'm not doing it."
I can figure out a fireplace.
Oh
right?
God.
So he's going to do it. So finally, after literally, Gus, it was 10 to 15 minutes of him staring at it, clicking, pushing the button. Finally, boof, it goes. And it's like the fireplace is going. Then he sets down. That looks great. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
So then he sets down the remote for the fireplace that you used to connect it to start it up. He sets it down, then sits to look at the fire. But he's been looking at it now for 10 or 15 minutes. He immediately goes, "It looks like there's a pair of sunglasses in there. Look at that." He goes, "Look." He goes, "Is that a pair of sunglasses?" And I go, "What?" And I look up and I go, "Are there sunglasses in the fireplace?" And he goes, "I think there's sunglasses. So look, you see the earpiece?" I go, "Turn off the fireplace." So he turns off the fireplace. Sure enough, he melted the guy's sunglasses because he left them in the fireplace
The guy
when he
who
fixed
owned the
it.
Airbnb?
Apparently, we don't know. So Gavin is so panicked. What do you think Gavin's solution is to this? I'm like, we should call the guy and tell him we burned up
Tries
his.
to take them out.
Throw them away and hide them.
He wants to bury them in the
Yep.
front yard of the Airbnb. I'm like, how do you come up with that?
Well, because otherwise, he either got to leave them burnt in the fireplace, and he's going to know we messed with it, Or you have to call him and say, I just melted your sunglasses.
But really,
didn't know
you,
you
you
messed
have
with
no
them.
responsibility over
That's
that.
what I was saying.
But
Also-
why are you trying to hide it then?
He made it. He
to
fixed
avoid
it.
the confrontation.
Gus, what do you want?
Give me. I'll just take chocolate chips and
You guys are boring.
some. What we got?
Gotta
what-
start off
So I
easy.
tell you what. Surprise me.
We have salmon.
No salmon. But surprise me.
All right.
Make me something crazy.
These are fucking good.
Anyway,
birds.
but I just don't like being thrown into uncomfortable situations
But you
by
don't-
the world, the universe.
You don't have to do anything there.
The
Why- you
universe
don't-
made me melt sunglasses.
Right, but you don't have to call the guy.
I know.
You don't have to fucking
I just felt bad.
tell him that you murdered his sunglasses or anything.
Why did you feel bad? He fixed the fireplace so you could use it. So you used it, which is probably good. He's
And the
like,
thing
yeah.
is that it was dark in the fireplace.
You
and
also
the
don't ever set
sunglasses-
anything down without thinking, oh, I shouldn't put that there. I got to remember to grab that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's his own fault.
Yeah. If you put that in.
I'm afraid of confrontation. I don't like talking to people. This would not have bothered me at all.
So, okay, so you've just melted someone's sunglasses. What do? Just leave it and not say anything?
I'd throw it away. Maybe if I was feeling nice, I'd write a note that was like, your sunglasses got melted. I would not say I melted your sunglasses. I would say your sunglasses got melted.
By the sole occupant of this house.
by the fact that you left them in the fireplace.
Signed, the Hollywood sunglass burner. Stop me before I burn again. All right.
What do you think is the most you've ever laughed in your life?
When Kara said that the Back to the Future car goes north through time, that was probably the hardest I've
I
ever
want to
laughed.
see the footage of that. Because
That might be the hardest I've ever laughed at this company for sure. I laughed for a good 15, 20 minutes, I feel like. Just like couldn't catch my breath, couldn't stop laughing.
You couldn't write that joke.
What?
There was also, I read a story recently about a dude who discovered prostate masturbation on Reddit. And
Go on.
I know. And the way he wrote this thing, just I laughed unfucking controllably the whole time. And everybody in the comments was like talking about how fucking funny the guy was at writing. You want to read you the first paragraph?
Yeah.
I'll read
Yeah.
the first paragraph.
What,
So also,
is,
like, you just-
what is prostate masturbation?
What is that basically? You just finger your
Hold on.
asshole?
Let's
Yeah.
let. I
What
was gonna
made
have
you laugh
and
the
I try to
hardest,
figure it
Gavin?
out.
You got a little bit of
That's why I'm getting this to wipe it up.
Gevo?
What's up?
What did you laugh the hardest at in your
In my life?
Yeah.
I can't even think of it. I feel like I've laughed. You have like a laugh ceiling, and you hit that ceiling a few times throughout.
Yeah.
the
When I started to look for this, it auto-completed for me, so that's a good sign.
Tyler, your pancakes are ready. Would you like any syrup?
You're just gonna eat.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm a pretty like.
Do you want
adventurous
maple
eater,
syrup?
But with pancakes, I just like them just.
4 dry pancakes.
Even maple syrup?
I'll take it.
Okay. Good boy.
Well, I feel like.
I've never seen
Okay.
a Canadian part with maple syrup.
This
before.
is the title of this is I 23 male just discovered prostate stimulation. This was on Best of that I found it, and I prefer it to sex with my girlfriend, like by a lot. Help? Question mark. Then here's this thing. First, sorry for the way I wrote this. Writing in this way helps me because I'm really embarrassed by all of this, and it was the only way I convinced myself that I could post it even anonymously. So just bear with me, okay? This starts in a stupid, embarrassing way. I'm 23, but my doc decides he wants to do a prostate exam during my physical, which requires him to stick his finger up my butt. Now, quick question. Isn't that like 20 years too early?
Yeah, I was about to say 23.
Maybe he has a family history of it.
Okay,
Maybe
so
you're shitting blood.
okay, so he pushes in, and it's the first time anyone's ever been in there, like ever. And 2 things happen within 3 seconds. I get idiotically, you could bend a steel bar around my dick, stupid hard, and I groan involuntarily and explosively and horrifically. My doctor laughed his ass off. I mean, he laughed and told me it was okay. Really, he says, it's pretty common, he says.
Yeah, it's-
But his face tells me not that common. So then it goes on to talk about, like, it's a big, long thing. It goes on to talk about his adventure of, like, how he explores that. And he's just like, I don't know what to do with myself at this point.
You got to put this in the link up. I got to read this.
Yeah,
what is he-
just
what
if
is
you
he,
look if you look up Reddit prostate drumstick, you'll find it pretty
drumstick?
much. He goes and buys a drumstick at a music store.
That was my next question. I was like, how does he reach it? Like, isn't it? Well, I don't know why I'm asking you about the prostate.
What?
How high
Let
up
me
is
tell
that
you.
thing?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? You don't know why.
He's using his fingers, so I would think not that high up.
Yeah, the doctor is, but the guy, I don't know.
But
I have no idea.
But could you imagine?
No idea.
Could you imagine getting sexually aroused during a medical procedure?
To where you grow.
I'm also imagining like an instant erection must have hurt so
An instant
bad.
erection
All of
followed by a groan. Poor guy. Poor guy.
Have you ever had, like, if you had to touch your own prostate?
Go ahead.
What would you go for with just like daily object.
What day of the week is it? Is it the weekend? Do I have
A
recovery
daily
time?
object? Why would you?
What?
Okay.
Assuming you can't reach it on your own with your finger. You might be able to if you can get that angle. What would you go for?
I don't understand.
I'm confused. What?
What do you
Why?
understand?
Why would you be doing this? I just don't
You're
understand.
curious.
Hand me one of those, Seth.
If you're curious, okay, like not for a medical purpose, but for a get
No,
off
I'm pretty sure a doctor wouldn't like go and get a spoon from the cutlery drawer and shove it up your ass.
Drumstick from the music store.
The handle of a spoon, not.
Yeah, not the scooping
I
in.
thought you meant the big part of it.
Speaking of SimAnt,
Oh, right. We didn't talk about that.
that ant simulator game. I guess one of the developers left, or was he one of the developers?
No, he quit. He was like the main developer, I believe.
That's just
like the main
semantics.
programmer.
Because the people running
It was a crowd-funded game.
the company that was making this crowdfunded game
His business partners.
supposedly wasted all the money on, was it booze and
Strippers.
Booze
Booze
and
and
strippers.
strippers.
Yeah.
Didn't say hookers, but he said strippers.
Okay.
And they wasted all the money
What's
on that.
more
So they couldn't
expensive?
make the game they crowdfunded.
Hookers.
Hookers are more expensive than strippers?
I would think so. A good hooker.
Depends. You talking about value or you talking about just raw dollars?
Like money to time ratio.
Yeah, I guess you get like a bulk time discount
Well,
with
I
a
mean,
hooker,
how
right?
much-
no, a
is it-
stripper would be a stripper is way more expensive, I think, than a hooker would be.
How much is a typical lap dance, Burnie?
It's $20 for a song, and they usually shorten the songs too.
Everywhere? Is that like a consistent?
I'm pretty sure $20 is the going rate
Yeah, that's
for
pretty-
a
that's pretty
lap
Gentlemen
dance.
confirm?
How do
You
you
want to
know?
get this off here, Babs?
Yeah.
Who's this for?
Me.
Oh.
How does he know?
Well, Barbara made another one for herself before we made any for you guys. Sorry about that.
How does he know the price?
No one asked.
Because why wouldn't he? He's probably been. He's an adult.
So if you went an hour, that'd be two. Let's do the math on this. Okay, so 60 divided by 3 minute songs.
That's 20
You got
songs.
20 lap dances at 20 bones a piece. That's $400, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good choice of words, Burns.
Thanks, buddy. And $400. You think a hooker costs $400 an hour?
Can we get hooker
Why are
prices?
you cutting to me? I don't know.
Can we get a price check on hook? People saying yes very quickly.
$400 for an hour?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's also like it depends what you want her to do. I assume.
So who in the control room has had a hooker?
Yeah, who answered that the fastest? Someone was really. They're raising hands.
I did photography and video for one.
you did photography and video for a hooker?
Yeah, for her website to update it. Yeah.
Get on the sidebar.
Get over there. we need to talk about this.
I want to talk to you
Fault.
about this.
It's all your fault.
By the way, you're ruining Pancake Tuesday with this story. Just so you know. This is a family podcast.
No, it's not.
I do feel an obligation to be a little more family friendly in the weeks around when Amazing Race is coming out, because that's a way more family friendly show. It's one of actually the reasons, and I'm not saying that because I feel like an obligation to like I'm scared to be my normal self. I'm just saying it's like I relied on them being a family friendly show. That's one of the reasons why I agreed to do the show. Ashley and I would watch episodes of it, and in one episode, they literally blurred the nudity on a statue in a public park. They did. They blurred the nudity. That's how family friendly the show is, which
Wow.
gives me comfort knowing that if something like my pants fall off, we're in the middle of Alaska or something and my pants fall off, they're not going to like take advantage of that. So
What
so
odd problem to have to worry about.
one of
pants fall off.
dude, you listen, when they're filming you 24 hours a day, something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, you have to worry about
You're
your
gonna-
dick flopping around on
There's going to
CBS.
be a
You think they
little
ever
bit
caught
of
you
cooch.
Before we cut to the sidecar, do we have the Apple TV? Can you all cut to that? Is that available? I don't know why I can't see it. Also, we got a different party.
Fuck.
Wow.
Rooster Teeth DFW.
That's the same party.
Ashley, Muriel, what do you want in your pancakes?
Surprise me.
Surprise
and-
her. Peanut butter chips.
Anything else, Merle?
Lady after my own heart there, Muriel.
There was also a picture I saw of a guy who printed out a picture of pancakes. Do you see that one?
No, I didn't see
out a
that.
picture.
Yeah, it was
of a
just him at his computer with a picture of pancakes.
That's the land pancake party.
Should we find out about this hooker?
Let's find out about the hooker. All right, say hello. First of all, introduce
never-
everybody to you.
I'm never
Tell us
getting
your
into these
name
ad
and
reads.
what you do at Rooster Teeth.
All right, I'm Nick. I'm production assistant. I set up the sets and run the cameras and everything.
Okay.
So-
Hello, Nick.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
So tell us about all your experience with hookers.
All right. So let's start this from the beginning. She was an escort, not a hooker. So
What
let's
is
get
it?
that
What's the
There's a
difference
little
between
bit
an
of
escort?
difference. I think there's a difference. The difference is the hooker you'll find on the street in Vegas, right? An escort, you actually have to seek them out on through the web or Craigslist or whatever. What is it? Backpages
Or wherever
Backpages?
you do this,
I mean,
right?
there's- Well, there's
Not that you know.
It's like the back pages of Craigslist. It's not Craigslist. It's worse than Craigslist. It's the
Oh, gotcha.
back
Yeah.
pages. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Reddit. Yeah.
Yeah. So they, so I did photography and video for her website to update it, And yeah, they charge a lot more than $500 an hour.
Do you remember how much
More
it
than
was?
$500 an hour? How much did she charge an hour?
It depends. She was a high-end hooker.
No, she was an escort,
She was a
according to
high-end
you.
escort.
That's what a high-end hooker is, an escort.
What does that
It
mean?
is, but-
when someone's a high-end
So
escort.
let me ask you this. So an escort here is like, it's two adults that go out on a date together, right?
Correct,
And
yeah.
then whatever happens has nothing to do with the money. It's just consenting adults making their own decisions.
Exactly.
Is that
and
the defense?
That's the exact, yeah.
Is that
on
your
her
story?
website, it actually, if you go to an escort's website, they actually are legally,
What do you mean if?
well, when you go to an
When you
escort's
do.
website.
Go ahead.
Does the
they-
price go down as time goes on?
No.
What does that mean?
Like,
So the way it happens.
Is it like a flight? Like if you buy it the day before, it's
Getting
more
used up.
expensive, but if you like book it in advance, it's a little cheaper.
the way I understand it is, you go
Only if you wanna
go
put it
on
in your
there, and it is exactly what Burnie said, which is kind of disturbing that you know this actually, but it is
Go ahead.
exactly how he said that. It's two adults going and meeting, and anything beyond a date is between two consenting adults.
So theoretically, a dude could go out with her, be like $800 in after an hour, and then get turned down.
For her, it's a little different. With her, I can't speak for all escorts because I just know her. But
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that. You
No,
wouldn't
no.
want to speak for the
Definitely
whole
not.
industry because that would just be
Definitely not.
ridiculous.
for her, it was
got a good union.
she would meet with somebody. It's typically over dinner. You go and meet. They would bring an envelope with cash.
How much
that's
cash?
A prearranged, predetermined amount. I think it was for her. It was like $500 for an hour to meet. That was to meet.
To meet.
And then after that, it's
Meet
a
with
different
two E's?
price, a prearranged price.
Sorry, go ahead.
So it was you go and you meet. They have the cash. If she determines that she doesn't like the person, say she's just not feeling the vibe, it's creepy, whatever. She can at that point decide that she's going to opt out of this any further and go about her way, and he'll go his way. Or they can.
She taking the
continue.
money?
No. If she
Okay.
goes her own way, she leaves the money. Everything
Why?
is no transaction.
Why leave the money if the money's not for anything? Okay, go ahead. Sorry,
Well,
I'm interrupting you before.
Well, yeah, she said
your illegal activity is.
What she
told.
told me, because I asked her about this, I was very interested. But what she told me is that she knows within the first 10 minutes if it's going to go anywhere or not. If it's not going to go anywhere, then she's out, and she's not going to take your money. If
Barbara,
it
that's
goes
not
anywhere,
to compare you to a streetwalker, but women know like right away, right? You know if a dude's like worth your time.
If you want his
10
penis
minutes,
inside you,
yeah, if you're gonna sleep with a dude. It's like how quickly is that decision made?
instantly.
so
Instantly?
have you ever come around
Instantly.
on someone? Have you ever been like, "Blah,"
Whoa.
Yes, I have, Gavin. Yes, I have.
but then like later you've been like, you know what? Yeah, I'll give him some.
And if that did happen, has it happened not influenced by alcohol?
Have you? Let me ask you the same question then. So we're not singling Barbara out here, Gavin. Have you ever come around on anybody?
Or on someone.
No, I feel like I've always been like, that person, I would.
I guess it wouldn't.
Yeah,
be-
you know, like instantaneously.
Yeah.
Hey, can somebody
You-
grab Muriel's pancake?
you
Here. Thank you for the
subconsciously-
story. Thank you for clarifying.
Thank you.
About how hookers.
I
make
think the
money.
moment you have a conversation with
sorry.
someone, you subconsciously sort them into a yes or no column.
I want to.
Sounds awful, actually.
I think that's very true. I want to refute
Sounds very Gavinish.
something
Hey.
that someone's on
Whoa.
Twitter saying. Who is this? Zofori says that, for the record, prostitution isn't legal here in Las Vegas, so no, you wouldn't find one on the streets.
That is
Glad
true.
to know that's how that works. Prostitution isn't legal anywhere.
Prostitution's legal in Nevada.
Right, but it has to be like at a brothel.
Well,
it's- the thing
but
is-
like in Austin, prostitution's illegal in Austin. But you go up to Runberg, you're gonna find a fucking prostitute.
That's very true. That's exactly why they're on the street.
That's not how that
No.
works.
That's exactly right. That's
So when
exactly,
you're here
Can I
for
get the marshmallow
RTX,
stuff
head
for
on up
Ashley's?
to Runberg. Go find yourself some fun. Bring $500 at least.
How'd you know Runberg?
Huh?
How'd you know Runberg?
Because that's where the police are always doing their roundups. You don't see it on the news all the time. That's why I never go there for my hookers.
Can I get a fork? Can I get a fork?
I should probably read one of these.
Should we have a discussion? You think prostitution should be legal? We've been places in the world where prostitution is legal.
I don't see why it's
You've
not.
been to Germany. We've been to the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Seems like
You kept,
society didn't fall apart.
There were loads of. Well, we were in the red light district. I was about to say there were a load of hookers.
Yeah, because we went to the place where all the hookers hang out, specifically.
I feel like walking down the streets in the red light district, you would just walk by saying, no thanks, no. Because it'd be people going, yeah, lady, crack, yeah, you want heroin? It's just like everything that was illegal on one street. And you'd be
Me?
like, I'm good.
Yeah,
no, I'm good.
There'd be
still.
dudes like, coca,
Yeah, it's like-
ecstasy. You're
Sort
like,
of
no,
give
no.
me pills and coke in the
Like,
middle of the
do
street.
not wave cocaine and ecstasy at me. Do not wave.
What if
Are
some
they
of
are
the
they guys in
dust
trench
gets
coats
on me?
that just come up to you and go, "Hey, buddy"?
What are you buying?
Look like whatever, just another dude standing in the street.
and we didn't get hookers, but Gavin, what did we go do?
Looked at them.
We got pancakes.
Oh,
That's exactly what we did in the
and we went
Netherlands.
to
Wait, was
Stoof.
it Bar de Stoof?
We went to Bar de Stoof, and then we went to. You were with us when we went to the Anne Frank house, right?
You realize
Yeah.
you're holding
Or was
that,
it just-
and you didn't tell Ashley that our pancakes.
No, I'm
were
about to say Ashley. Ashley got your pancake. Tyler, you want to take it? Thanks, man.
covered in your special.
Tell her
code?
about the party and invite her to while you're doing that.
tell her about this mysterious tent.
Oh.
It's over there.
Tell her all about it. Anybody else want a pancake? Patrick, want a pancake? Blueberry?
Blueberry. All right, here. Let me read this this ad here.
No. What if I say no?
I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is brought to you by Pro Flowers.
All right, Nick, here's your pancake.
Whose nose?
Oh,
And you can't say Meg.
Can't say Meg.
because she's fired. She's not
Maybe
fired.
Bubs.
That was a joke.
Babs. All right.
I got
Dub,
an
dub.
okay
That's a good one.
nose.
You made a good
Your
choice.
nose is really tiny, so there probably wouldn't be as much surface area.
Not as much inside.
When you say a
I would
note,
smell Gus's. So,
I bet I have
weird
some
thing.
interesting smells.
We saw a video the other day where you and I kissed, and neither one of us remember doing that. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like, wait, I forget
Internally,
when, I
Gus is
forget
like,
when it
he
came
doesn't
up.
remember.
I forget how it came up. Like I said, I never had kissed anybody at Rooster Teeth, any of the guys at Rooster Teeth. And they said, you kissed Gus. And I was like, I didn't kiss Gus. And somebody sent me a video of
On
me
the
kissing
mouth?
Gus.
Yeah, I was at a panel.
I was at a panel when he introduced me. I came walking out and I just kissed him on the lips.
I remember that.
Back in the days when we were at the studio on Congress, Jeff and I did an interview with CNN, and we sat on a couch next to each other.
Oh.
And it was a real tight couch, and we were just, real small couch. We were sitting real bunched up next to each other. Then at the very end of the interview, we turned and looked at each other and just started kissing and making out. But they cut, like, right at that moment. Like, right when we turned to look at each other, it's just like, and the interview's over.
You went like full into
Yeah,
it?
we went full into it.
Oh.
Yeah.
They cut away.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because
So
they,
you actually did
How
kiss him,
romantic.
Oh, yeah.
Tongue?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They cut it. They cut it out. Yeah, I made out.
I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Gus. You're like a huge germaphobe.
Yeah, but it's only Jeff. I've got Hep C also.
It's only Jeff.
Would you pay,
Yep.
if you could, to...
$800 an hour.
Would you watch people that you know bang?
No. Well, let me
I
think.
feel like it's like...
I was going to initially say no.
Could you choose?
What do you have to trade? Would somebody else have to watch me? Like, I have to pass off tape of me.
But like, for example, how about this?
I feel like we talked about this before.
How about this?
Go ahead.
Would you pay to watch, say, like Jack and Katie?
That's how much?
Like, I'm thinking, like, I'm in my head, I'm like,
Because it would be interesting.
I would pay like at least $10. to
It
see
really
that.
doesn't even have anything to do with the person, does it, Barb? It just has to do with, like, it's just, it could be anybody. Just
I'm
if you
just-
know them, you're like,
I
all right.
think Gavin's just curious how those two would do it.
No, not them specifically. It's just like, I'll see
Just
Jack's,
he's just picking
see
two
Jack's
people.
style, see if Katie enjoys it,
Interesting. Do you think it's just the intrigue of people you know? Fucking?
I think if you
I
were
think that's the
offered,
intrigue.
I think if you were offered anybody, you might think about it for sure. Your gut level's like no, but then you're like, well, like no one's gonna know.
How much for Gus and Esther? You could literally on your TV, you could just buy it, and it would just deduct from your account. $8.99.
I wouldn't
would it
wanna
show up
see
on my
that.
bill?
No.
Like a
You
hotel.
can watch
thing?
it unlimited for 24 hours.
I feel like that would scar me.
Gus and
But
Esther?
you would watch it, right?
No,
You would see that on your TV. You'd be like, I've got like.
So how much would you pay to not see it then?
at least $20.
Let me
you
tell
would,
you.
you would watch it.
No, I wouldn't.
Why?
Not Gus and Esther.
Why?
Well, I've seen
Well,
Gus's.
Gus was my boss for a while.
I've seen
and so
Gus's
he's
junk,
like-
so that's basically do I want to like pay to see Esther? And I feel like that would be rude to do that.
Yeah, when you know someone on that.
Probably didn't see my junk in a good light. What if it was like
We
professional?
went and measured it in the bathroom after
Yeah,
that one
it's
podcast.
bad lighting.
Bad light, fluorescent lighting.
So okay, so you've got on your TV, Barbara, and Aaron, right?
Barbara
It's
and Aaron.
$8.99. Add to cart or not?
Aaron Zetch,
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Bumblebee.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'd pay you $8.99.
$8.99.
Yeah.
I think
Lowballing
I
it?
probably would with anybody. Honestly,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I honestly would with anybody.
I feel
Listen,
like if
I
Aaron's
think
a
it's a
good-looking
totally
guy.
normal thing.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm sure, like, if you're at home, audience, and you just have like two friends in your head, you would watch it for a tenner, right?
Tenor.
$10.
Do you think that we're going to reach a point where, like, since everyone has cell phones, that's going to happen? That everyone's cell phone is secretly recording video all the time?
Also, is this us like slowly testing the water in case any of us put out a sex tape and want to sell it to the Rooster Teeth fans?
Are you doing like some
Yeah,
kind
don't
of
set the
marketing?
price so low.
Yeah.
You know, $20.
$19.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch pretty much anyone.
Why?
Why not? Really, why not? Like, if it's there, why not?
Like even people who you don't find attractive,
Absolutely, yeah.
just like how it works with them, how other people have sex.
Yeah. it and started walking
I
around.
was
All right, hold that
already
up,
there
hold that
in
up.
Australia. Then I got a message from Chris Damaris that just said, I got a message from Chris Damaris that just said, what's your underwear situation like?
Get some real good height on it.
This situation.
Hup!
Hey!
Successful pancake.
Where'd that syrup go?
Mrs.
Someone took
Butterworth?
it. They took it
What's
to
the whipped
the
cream
control
pancake?
room.
They took the syrup.